So pissed. I have been recording this whole time and for my microphone to sound like it came out of 2013 legitimately. We're on Pro Revenge. Coworker gets me fired. Many years waiting for the revenge. So, yeah, this is a good one. I mean, I kind of read into it already. Granted that I was recording already. So, yeah, this is a good one. Promise. This is my first post here, and I only have done this after telling the whole story to a friend who posts on Reddit and told me that this story had to be put on here after telling him the whole story. This is a long post. You've been warned. Don't worry, we love the long posts here. So, if revenge is best served cold, then my revenge was many years in the freezer, and this week was finally pulled out and had whipped cream and a cherry put on top before being finally served. So the background's kind of chunky, but I already read through it, so I'll just give y'all the summary. So OP graduated from high school and started working for Company A. We don't really get the nature of the actual work, so we're just calling it Company A. It'll come up later. He works there for a couple of years. A managerial position opens up, and he applies for it, but he gets denied because he does not have a business administration degree. So, seeing that and seeing how his only way up in that sort of way was to get a degree, he decided, okay, I am gonna go to uni and go and get my degree. He puts his 2 weeks in. His manager's chill with it. He's like, yeah, I get you. And he went to uni and he started working for Company B. He actually does tell us that Company B is a retail store, and I'm assuming it's kind of like a Costco deal because they have almost everything. And which includes expensive catering orders. This will come up later as well. He started working there as a warehouse clerk, and from there he grew from a part-timer to a full-timer. He graduated uni with his business degree, his business administration degree, and finally a managerial position opens up. He gets the job, and now he is the warehouse manager. There's also a really important figure in the story, and her name is Kay. She'll come up around the halfway point. And there's another person, and we're gonna call her Karen because OP calls her bitch multiple times. So yeah, we're just gonna call her Karen for old time's sake. Karen started out as a cashier. She quickly worked up, kind of cut people down a little bit, and jumped at the chance to work in sales after a sales rep went on maternity leave, and ended up being part of the team and became the sales supervisor after. Sales and the warehouse work closely together, so they have to work together. But here's the thing, OP and Karen butt heads a ton. And now we're going to go back to going verbatim off the post. Me and Karen got along like oil and water. We butted heads over things constantly. She would tell the manager all the small things I did, but called me a snitch when I reported issues she was causing. She would badmouth me and my warehouse staff, talk over me at meetings, and try to take credit for my ideas. She openly told coworkers that I was the cause of many issues and couldn't wait for me to leave. Oh, and she was never at fault. It would be the customer's fault, my fault, the delivery driver's fault, another coworker's fault, another one, etc. There were times where we got together well, but it was far and few between. And then OP got fired. Yeah, this is crazy. Let's hear it. So one day, very expensive ring set for over $5,000 ordered by one of our customers comes in. Years ago, I set up a procedure for any type of jewelry so that way it will not get lost or stolen. So he does this whole procedure, but the last step is once we have everything with it in the warehouse, we take it up to the office and have someone put it in the safe immediately. This particular time, however, I was the one who received the rings, so once going through the procedure, told Kay that I was taking it to the office. The only one available who had the combination to the safe was Karen. I asked her if she could open the safe, and she looked at me, looked at the jewelry box in my hand, and then said, "Put it down here on my desk. I'll put it away once I'm done with this email." Keep in mind that me and Karen had a serious spat over something earlier that day, and I genuinely didn't feel like being close to her if I could help it. So I never saw her put it away in the safe myself. But then the next day, I get a call from the manager to come into the office. General manager, by the way, like store manager type of guy. I had there to find the manager, HR, the HR consultant, sorry, and Karen. And they pull in when some real shit hits the fan. So the manager tells me that the said rings, the $5,000 ring set, it's disappeared. I then tell the manager that I've followed the procedure, including handing it off to Karen to put it in the safe. But when Karen checked the box, supposedly it was empty. And the manager opened it, and it was empty. I swear to the manager that the rings were inside the box when I checked them before giving them to Karen. At this point, it's my word against hers. And by stroke of bad luck, the in-store video recorder had broken down days before the incident, so there was no way to verify what happened. We all knew someone had to take the blame for this, and that's when Karen strikes, saying that it was my fault since it was last seen in my hands. And OP realized, yeah, it was in my hands last. And yeah, Karen gives him the look of gotcha. So the manager and HR consultant ask both of them to leave, and they discuss some blah blah blah. And after that, OP is invited back into the office and tells him that since he was responsible for the rings at the time and they're now lost, they would be firing him. Since there's no proof to if he stole the rings or not, they wouldn't press charges. And yeah, that scared the crap out of OP. And he went back to the warehouse, told everybody that basically he was fired, grabbed his stuff, and left for the day. And yeah, a couple of weeks trying to get his head around what to do, weighing his options, he decided first priority, get a job. And he thought it would be lucky if he got a job flipping burgers, because Company B would more than likely tell people, yeah, he stole $5,000 of goods allegedly. But OP called the company owner of Company A to get a good reference from them, and he explained what happened and why he was calling, only to get a shock of the lifetime and probably one of the best sort of situations that could happen. So the owner of Company A actually said that the position for manager was about to be reopened because the guy that was in there before was retiring soon due to complicated health reasons. The owner kept tabs on him surprisingly while he was at uni, and he understood why he didn't immediately come back to him. But with a golden opportunity like this, he wanted me back. And OP said he wasn't gonna say no. He dove into his new job, and it was great because originally he wanted that job. So yeah, it was great, and the owner was very enjoyable to work with. And he thought then and there everything was behind him, not knowing it wouldn't be back to bite him, but pay dividends. So here's where Kay is brought in. Kay was one of the warehouse clerks, and after OP was fired, she knew she had to do something about Karen. Kay knew that OP wouldn't steal rings or anything like that, but she also knew without proof, Karen would deny that she did anything. So she started hanging out with Karen, and after a while, they got pretty close to the point that their husbands would start hanging out with each other and all that. Of course, the husband was in on this, so the husband and the other husband and Karen and Kay, they were all hanging out one day, And apparently Kay randomly badmouths. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Kay randomly badmouths OP, mentioning the rings in passing. Then Karen said something that Kay was waiting for. And I quote, "I wanted those rings, so I stole them." Kay, hearing this, then asks for more details. Karen's husband looks as if he's trying to wave her off with one hand, then gives up when Karen keeps talking. That day, Karen had stopped writing her email and was going to put the rings in the safe. The safe was open and she was about to put the rings away when Karen had an idea. As mentioned above, Karen wanted me gone from Company B, and she also wanted those rings. She knew the cameras weren't working, so she figured that she could pocket them, tell the manager they were missing, and spin it so OP would take the blame. Kay then asked where the rings are now, and Karen, being too drunk and not seeing a reason not to brag, not only tells her but shows her where they are in her room, while Kay's husband has been recording the whole conversation on his phone. The wave handing was him saying he was recording. Okay, I got a little confused on that part, but okay. Kay gives a copy of the recording to the manager the next workday. Police are called immediately. Karen is arrested and house is raided. They find the rings. Kay and Kay's husband gives the recording and testimonies to police. Karen's reckoning has begun. And now, apparently, we go back to OP's side. And he got a call from the prosecutor's office after Karen was arrested and charged with theft over $5,000, among other things. He wants me to testify about what she did to him. And OP did not skip a beat, saying yes. And fast track to the trial, prosecutor has OP, K, and K's husband testify and play the recordings of Karen admitting that she stole them. Her attorney tries to throw out the case, saying that Kay got Karen deliberately drunk, but the judge didn't buy it. And since there was proof she drank all the time, the judge was lenient and gave her 5 years in prison, which she yelled was unfair. I personally thought she got off easy. Okay. Oh, there's more. Meanwhile, as the trial was happening, I was talking with a lawyer to sue Karen for setting me up like she did. We were also going to sue Company B for wrongful termination, but they settled the day they got the notice of the lawsuit and knew they would lose. Karen was not so lucky. They tried some trickery by having Karen's husband divorce her. He received everything in the divorce, but my lawyer added him to the lawsuit as well. My lawyer asked overall for, that's a lot of money, 350,000. No, 35,000. Sorry, 35,000 for emotional distress and payback from when I was fired until I started working with Company A again, and legal fees. And now, if you're wondering where the metaphoric cherry on top is to the story, recently we had somebody leave Company A, so we were hiring somebody to replace them. Owner was going up over the resumes and set up interviews for the job this week. Lo and behold, Karen was one of the people to apply. She did not know that. I looked at the resume and was about to trash it, but then smiled. Owner set up interview. She came in at her slotted time, looking to brown nose her way through. Then she saw me. I smiled evil. She went white. All I said was, bitch, how are you? Remember me now? A deer in the headlight look from her. I look at her resume and say, I'm sorry. I don't think you'll be a good fit for our company. Thank you for applying. He said not one word and left. Okay. Okay, I don't know what brown nosing is, so I'm going to look that up. Involves excessive flattery, unearned agreement, and constant proximity to authority figures to gain personal career advantages over peers who rely purely on merit. Okay, so kissing ass. Got it. Edit, I forgot to mention that it had almost been 6 years between her last job, Company B, and her coming into the interview. And, yeah. Kill the art. Coworker steals rings and accuses me. I get rehired at my old company. I interview Coworker after she's fired 5 years later. Yeah. Guys, I have no words. That was just a good one. Just well played, OP. I don't know what else to say. Just it was so everything was set up perfectly. Sorry, I had to check that my audio was actually recording, but yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys. That was just a good one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I said I would double upload this weekend, working on it. I might just have to delegate that to the second channel, or sorry, third channel. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so Black Ops 2 is really popular right now, so hop on. Uh, you know what? Just add me, Model O Citizen. Add me, and yeah, maybe we could play a game or two. I play really late into the night though, so sorry. Also, another thing, I am trying to get a sponsorship. Yeah, there's this brand of clothes that I know the person who does it, and yeah, it would be really cool if I could sponsor them and shout them out, you know? But yeah, anyways, guys, not much more to say. Just be on the lookout for uploads on my other channel. And yeah, guys, I'm Carlos. I have a song coming out soon too. So yeah, look out for that. And yeah, peace.